because this is all total review, and whether you like it or not, you're going to get it. You're going to get it right away. So I'm tired of messing around with you. This is the way it is. Okay? No more, well, don't be sorry. Just fix it. Just had it. None of this, I don't get it. None of this, I don't remember this. No. You're going to get it. You're going to understand it. You're going to remember it. That's it. Okay? Good. One-step equations. So if you saw an equation that was y plus 7 equals 10, what would you do to solve for y? Catherine. How about from where? Mark. Thank you. Y equals 3. Negative 5y is equal to a negative 65. If you saw this, what would your strategy be to solve for y? Come on, let's go. Marlia. No. Mark. What's happening to y? It's being multiplied by a negative 5. The opposite of multiplying by negative 5? Divide by negative 5. Y would equal a positive 13. Y over a negative 3 is equal to a negative 5. Now we're getting the hang of it. Raven.
Can you put negative 5 in a fraction form?
Well, what's happening to y? That's what we need to worry about.
Is being divided by?
The opposite. Multiply both sides by equals negative divided by negative. Negative times negative is positive. Check it. 15 divided by negative 3, negative 5. One-step equation. We're doing that since 6th grade. I know for a fact because I taught it to you. One-step equation. You do the opposite. Where you do the opposite? To both sides. Page 141. Two-step. What makes this two-step? You just had examples of one-step. This is two-step. What's the difference? Mark. Two things to each side. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take care of the multiplication or the addition. No. Addition. And I'm going to do that how? Subtracting the 9 from both sides. Now, it looks like the problems we just had. X equals try it. Y equals 5. You got it? Why? Good. Tired of this. Messing around. I don't get it. I don't understand. Give me a break. Do it. That's a Z. Come on now. Come on. You see a 4W and a 2W. Are they like? Are they the same? Can you put them together? What is it? Now what? W equals. How do you check it? 4 times 4 plus 2 times 4. 4 times 4, 16 plus 8. Is it 24? Good. Okay. It's 148. Now we're getting to the meat. Multi-step. Not one step, not two step, multi-step. Step back from it, look at it. Any ideas of what you would do first? You are either the hunter or the hunted. The predator or the prey? You decide. Mark.
8x and 3x makes it a like term, so that would be 5x. 5x minus 10 is equals 1 again instead of subtracting.
Good. Let's slow down for a second. The 8x minus a 3x. Positive 8x, negative 3x. Absolutely right is a 5x. Transfer down everything else. Now what does this look like? Two-step equation. So we just added one step. That's all we did. So multi could mean 3, could mean 10, depends. If it's 3, is it really that much more than it was with 2? You just combine the like terms, right? Okay. 5x minus 10 is 20. Mark says to do the opposite, which is add. 5x then equals, and then x equals. First thing here. What do we say? Sometimes you have to simplify before you simplify. What do you see up there that has to get taken care of? Yes. So what property should we use? Very good. So I'll just take the 7x and bring it right down. Marlia, 2 times x. Don't forget about the 2 times the 6, which is? So now we just put one more step before the previous one. Right? Now what, Marlia? And then Marlia? How's that look? Right, good. More smiles. Got this. It's for your own good. A little tough love every once in a while. So I'm going to give you one to try. That's a V. It's another V. Okay, first one. First step. Mark. And then we're going to do what with positive 14? 22V equals 66, right? Divide both sides by 22. V equals. Have we got it? All right, good. Yes? Yes? First thing, distributed property. 4Z plus, now what? Yes? 3 and 20, they're both positive. 4Z plus 23. Now what? 4Z equals? Really that bad? No. Was there anything in here that you have not yet learned? Whether it be this year, last year, the year before? Okay? You need to have a better attitude with this whole approach. Your approach stinks. As you look at page 150, at the bottom, do you see any even numbered problems besides, well, we just did number 4? Any even numbered problems that you think you could try or that you think look hard? About 8. Do 8. Now forget hard. Challenging. A good challenge. A healthy challenge. Number 8. Now, I'm not going to bother moving anything around because you're fine. We don't have to switch anything. You know how this works. A 7z, a negative 13z, or 7z minus 13z is going to put us where, Mark? It's a negative 6z. Minus 21. Opposite then of subtracting 21 is to do what? We're going to add 21. 9 plus 21, negative 6z, divide by negative 6, z equals negative 5. This concept here is one we have to just be more aware of. Okay? Those integers are your downfall, and they've been killing you. By now, we should be looking at this positive 7 and the negative 13 and knowing which one has the greater absolute value, which one is further from 0. The 13. The 13's on the negative. You're going to end up with a negative. You have to be, that has to be like automatic. Okay? And if it's not, that's kind of one of the main reasons for what's going on. How about 12 through 17? We did 12. Any other even ones? 14 or 16? Which one would you like to try? Let's do 16. There's a lot of negatives there. Be extremely aware of your negatives. Okay, chances are, if anything went wrong with this, I can tell you exactly where it went wrong. 3C is fine where it is now. What kind of a 3 is this on the outside of your parentheses? It's a negative 3. So anytime you multiply it to anything on the inside, you're multiplying it by a negative 3. So a negative 3 times what kind of a 6 gives you a what? The negative 3 times the negative 2C is now a, okay? Do a little cleaning up. That's a positive 3C. That's a positive 6. Gives you a what? Do what? Add 18 to both sides. 45 is equal to 9C. Yes, Job. Do you have a flash drive you put in there? How are you going to print it? Well, hopefully it prints there. You can try. Give it a shot. Any questions? Marley, did you find out where it happened? Was it here? This negative 3 thing or what? Okay. Raven? Do you know where you went? Were you off?
Three times negative. I did like a negative 3 times negative.
Is it here?
So I switched one of those.
Okay.
Did a positive 3 because it ended up positive.
You know what's really awesome about all this is that when you plug in the 5 for C, and you watch how it all comes together. 3 times 5, that's a 15, right? So if we go ahead and we say 5 times this negative 2 is a negative 10. What is 6 minus 10? Okay. So this 15 minus this negative 12. 15 minus negative 12 is like saying 15 plus 12. Does that give us 27? Yeah. So it all works. It all comes together when you plug everything back in. Let's see. I think that's... I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you for one. Okay. Now, aside from what? What is the only difference in this one than the other ones we've worked on? The noticeable difference that comes right away. Yeah. Fraction. Now, let me ask you a question, Kate. You know how to multiply with fractions? Good. No sweat. Do it. Distributive property. 3/2 times x. Okay. Now, over here, 3/2 times 5. So, anytime I multiply, it's actually a negative 5. Anytime I multiply with fractions, they have to both be in fraction form, right? Okay, 3/2, sorry. 3/2 times 5/1 becomes what? 15/2, and it's a negative 15/2, right? Good so far? Okay. Equals a negative 6. The opposite, then, of subtracting 15/2 is to what? Add 15/2. And that gets rid of it. Now, you may want to mess with this a little bit. What is really, like 15 over 2 may not have much meaning to you as it stands right now. It may have more meaning if you convert it to a mixed number. What is that as a mixed number? 15 over 2. How many times is 2 going to 15? 7 with 1 left is 7.5. So if you're at negative 6, you add 7.5, where does it put you? Positive 1.5, right? So now, here we are. This is right where we want to be. What is then happening to x? Right now, what's happening to x? When it's jammed right up next to something, what operation is it? It's being multiplied by what? X is being multiplied by what? 3 over 2. So the opposite of multiplying by 3 over 2? Okay, couple of things. Anytime multiply or divide with fractions, they have to be in fraction form. So let's put this back into 3 over 2. And what happens when I divide by a fraction? Multiply by its reciprocal. Three and 3 both have 1, 3 in common. 1, 2 in common. 1 over 1 is equal to all that for 1. Okay? Now you knew all this. You knew it all. You know what the rules are when you multiply. You know what the rules are when you divide. You know it. The problem is putting it all together and knowing that you can put it all together. You're so used to things being so restricted. You're so used to, here's the lesson. Now, when you get your homework, when you do the problems from the lesson, it's only going to cover what we just covered. It doesn't do that. It just expects that you know it. All these fundamental facts, all these things that we have been learning for the last handful of years, they just expect that you just do it. That you see a fraction and you don't blink. That when you have to multiply it, divide it, you know exactly what you're supposed to do. I could have asked you the same question. You could have all told me what you do. You have to apply that to your work. Okay? I'm not saying it makes it easy, but I'm saying if you don't have confidence, or if you don't have the demeanor that you're just going to attack this and you're going to conquer it, you're going to take it over, it's going to kill you. You kill it before it kills you. And even if you have the mindset you're going to do it and you're going to slay it, sometimes you'll get slayed. But wouldn't you rather go down with a fight than to just take it? Right now, we're taking it. Just letting it happen. It's a challenge. Okay? Let's do this. Let's do page 150 and 151. And let's do numbers 3 through 17 odd.